Mm. Fair value gap. Don't fail me now. God damn. God damn. Yeah. Hey, yo, what's up, Veronica? What's up? Mm. How's everybody doing tonight? Mm. All I'm hoping for right now is just follow through with the. You say you've been eyeing some gold buys. Coincidentally, I'm in a gold short. I may have been a little bit aggressive with this entry, but uh, hmm. Right now I'm looking for a pullback back to this VMA or at least 380. I'm looking for a pullback at least 380. I think if we see that, that's what I was actually that's why I took this trade. I saw this thing breaking down at the time, and of course they found support. So I might have to probably sit in this one for a while. See the 4 hour just opened not too long ago. Mm, maybe I should actually have a 4 hour gold chart. Maybe, maybe. Yeah. Mm. All right. So it does look like we're getting that breakdown though. Like I said, I was originally in this. I saw this thing breaking down, then it pushes right back up. So hopefully we can get some follow through here. That would be nice. I think. I mean, I left so much points on the table with this aggressive entry. It would be nice if it just goes straight to 30 without bouncing here at the VMAs or at the EMAs at VWAP and the 200. It would be nice if it doesn't do that, but I think that's probably what we may get here. We'll see. I mean, this is gold, so if gold wants to go short, it's going to go short, and vice versa. But let me just turn this. Be able to see the value area. 88. I'll probably look to see how the market reacts around the value area low on gold. My target is at least my first target is before it, so that's good. Are you currently in a position right now, Veronica? Yeah, I'll probably see around. Yeah, the Bulls can probably try to get really aggressive here. I mean, if they can break 388, if the Bulls, if the buyers fail here at 388, we can definitely see a stop run back down to the value area low. That's what I'm. That's what I'm betting on right here is a buyer failure right now. So we'll see if we get that. We'll see if we get that. Um, hmm. We just need the buyers to fail here. I like the fact that the EMAs are now sloping to the downside. I do like that. I do like that. So hopefully we can see some continuation and we don't see a bullish engulfing candle right here. I do like how the EMAs are sloping down. So you wait for London open. Yeah, I try not to trade during that time frame. The measured moves seem to be very inconsistent during that time. I find through back testing that that's the times where gold usually overshoots the most. And that's just for me personally. So I try to avoid that time frame. And then plus I'm asleep during that time frame anyway. So during that session. So it works. It works. Mm. Okay. I want to know if I'm missing something here on gold. If I'm missing something. I mean, we got these tops. We got price kind of sloping down already. You already got a lower high. So I'm gonna watch to see if the bulls break out of that high, break above that high and hold. You said gold has been ranging? Hmm. You talking about in tonight's session? Yeah, I had a couple of close calls myself. Uh I thought that this was gonna go higher, then it shorted down again, and I was like, oh, thank God. But I think I might be playing with luck here because I keep taking shorts. As soon as it pops up, I'm shorting at these highs, and it's obvious that the bulls want to. They're buying it as the bears keep dipping this thing down. I mean, they keep buying this thing, and I wish they would stop. I wish they would stop. I just need the buyers to fail here. I mean, keep on buying so we can use those stops as fuel for that move down, but stop pushing this thing higher. So I don't use time frames when I trade. I use tick charts. This is oh, this is a tick chart, a 150 tick chart. I look at an 18-minute chart for direction because obviously gold is such a low liquidity item. I feel like looking at an hourly chart, anything above a 30-minute, honestly, anything above this 18-minute, I just find that the information is just too, it's not refined. I feel like it kind of gives me an idea of what direction to trade in. But all right. So I mean, if we see a pop above these highs, I'm gonna have to close this out for a big freaking loss. Man, shoot, I know better than the chase gold, man. I know better than the chase gold, and then I chase her. I know better than this. Mm. I know better than the chase gold, and then I do it anyway. You say why so many indicators? Well, I feel like I don't have that much on my screen. The only indicators that I have is the EMAs, the volume profile, and at the bottom of the screen there's an RSI. So there's about 3 indicators. Mm, mm. Nah, I don't trade naked charts. Honestly, I don't understand how anybody can trade naked charts. It doesn't even make sense. Especially especially in the market environment that we're in. The market is dominated by algos and they use these indicators. So why would you not use these indicators when they use it? Hmm. I may have missed a boat on this one. Um, yeah, this thing gonna probably break out of this damn small little trend. I think I may have overstayed my welcome in this short. Gold gave me a couple of opportunities to get out below my break even gave me a little bit of profit for my troubles. But I think gold might break out if mm, yeah. And it's obvious that gold is in an uptrend, but mm, hey, yo, what's up, Alfred? Just hoping for the buyers to fail here. And that's what I'm waiting for. We do got a triangle wedge though. And so whichever side price breaks out of is going to trade in that direction. Because we got stops on both sides of this triangle. Yeah, I shorted gold too. and I may have gotten too aggressive. Yeah, I mean, I saw this initial drop and I figured, let me get into this. Let me get a quick drop. I thought I was going to try to retest these damn lows, and then the bulls came out of freaking nowhere. Well, they came in at the value area high and bounced this thing. So, shit, 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 shit. And I'm about to learn a lesson about chasing gold. God damn. I'm about to learn a lesson about chasing gold. So hopefully we can get a drop here. So Veronica, you asked me what my strategy is. I mostly trade I'm on gold. Well, actually on everything I trade. Is price action, supply, demand, market structure. On a good day, I'm patient and I'm waiting on market structure to tell me what direction I should be trading in. And then on some days, I walk to my desk and see gold's making a move and I try to jump into it. And I find myself on the wrong side of it. But I find that trading supply and demand on uh, on gold, waiting for moves in one direction and trading the pullback is a very simple strategy on gold. It's very profitable strategy. Just waiting for a pullback trade. As an example, if I was in front of my desk when this move happened right here, I actually would have taken this long. So, like this strong move to the upside and this pullback, I would have bought this if I was in front of my desk. I would have bought this. And this is a simple strategy that I use. And this would have been extremely profitable. But it looks like the bulls are still trying to buy this thing and push it higher. I kind of have a mental stop. I'm gonna try my best not to let this thing break out too far against me before trying to stop out, because I do have my stop out of the way for at least right now. I don't want to get wicked out and then this thing comes right back into this triangle and then try for the downside. I don't want that to happen. So I'm being very mindful about if we get a breakout above this triangle and what the bulls do after they break out. Now, if we can get price to break down underneath this triangle, then I should be good. But it's the battle of which side of the market is going to break out first. And unfortunately for me, it's going to probably be the bulls. So unfortunately for my position, it's going to probably be the bulls. Yeah, I mean, if it pushes above that, then yeah, I'm gonna have to get out of it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, shoot, and I know this, Alfred. I mean, that's the crazy thing. But it was definitely an impulse trade. I was like, oh shit, I want to hurry up and get in this. Gold is breaking down. I want to get in it. And then she pops right back up. And yeah, I mean, shit, we're almost there too. I think what all time highs on gold is like 35 something. Let's actually look at that, see what all time highs is for gold. This is August. Gold says, how many times I got to teach you this lesson? How many times you want me to teach you this lesson? So, yeah, all time high on gold right now is 539.3. So, yeah, we're almost there. And I'm pretty sure it's going to go higher. Honestly, I'm surprised gold is so high with uh oh shit. All right. Actually, I'll give it this. Okay. That's how much I'll give this. Damn. Oh yeah, I was able to bring the account back too. I was doing a whole lot of trading. A whole lot of trading. But what like I said, I stayed calm. I didn't trade on tilt and I was able to bring the account back. Shit. God damn. God damn. Well, lesson learned, don't chase fucking gold. God damn. If this thing drops back into this damn triangle and drops gold, you might be put on my list. Damn. Damn. Okay. Hmm. Damn. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Well. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, if I do, then that's it. That's it. When is the day? The 11th? Okay. All right. Hmm. I guess a bearish range. The Nasdaq had a range day, while the ES had a bearish trend day. Yeah. All right. No, that would definitely be nice. Uh, mm. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Don't know. I don't know. It's getting kind of annoying. All these small little mistakes are getting annoying. It's getting annoying. All right. Well, we retested that high, 98.2. We took out the liquidity above this high, but I think we'll probably go a little bit higher. There's a high at 412. There's another high at 7. Mm. 403. Mm. Okay. Okay. Well, I find it very interesting that the market cares so much about my triangles, circles, and my squares. It's not a surprise that we're seeing the rejections at these trend lines. Price just broke down outside of this triangle. I had a feeling that because this was a triangle trend, that it was not going to break out to the upside unless it broke out and started the trend on top of that trend line of or that resistance trend line. But that's highly unlikely. And so it is to be expected that we was going to see a down or a breakdown out of this channel. And the same thing from this trend right here. We had price trending on top of this trend. They broke out. They came back. The bulls failed to hold price back above that support trend line. And now we're seeing a buyer failure here. And this is on the ES. And I was able to capitalize on this short when I saw it earlier. This short was actually one of the reasons why I brought the account back. And I was able to catch this bounce too, back into support. I think because there was a breakout somewhere on the ES. Yeah, right here. So we could possibly see a bounce on at 975 on the ES potentially. But I believe that there was another breakout that happened. No, I think this is the only one. I think this is what I was looking for. So we could see price trade into this range and we could potentially see a move back up. For the Nasdaq though, The Nasdaq, it moved a lot, but man, you had to pick your spots. The Nasdaq started with a 136 point move to the downside. Then we saw this 228 point move to the upside, hitting one of the levels from our NA meetings. We saw that rejection. It came back and tested it again. And then we saw this 304 point move to the downside. And then towards the end of the day, we had price bounce up 121 points. And now we're seeing price roll over. It's hard to say what to expect, because my assumption, at least for this week, is that these firms are going to probably try to get all their money, all their positions out of the way this week. We have 2 more days left in this week, and I expect for a lot of volatility this week. Shit. I don't know if I just muted myself, but I expect a lot of volatility this week, because these firms are definitely going to want to get their positions off this week because of how volatile next week is going to be and how short it's going to be. The markets are completely closed on Thursday. So there will be no trading, no exchanging of contracts. And the market has to not only come back on Friday, and that's when a lot of these contracts are going to expire. So honestly, I expect Wednesday to be very volatile. We got FOMC, we have the interest rate decision, the monetary policy rate decision. We have the FOMC conference. We got the market closed on Thursday. And so we should see a lot of volatility on Wednesday. Probably Tuesday, Wednesday. Probably a lot of back and forth. Probably highs are going to get swept. Lows are going to get swept. And then those highs are going to get swept. And those lows are going to get swept. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of back and forth. It's coming. Right now, 2290 is looking like a strong high, at least for right now. We have broken out of the bullish structure. We have broken down from it. We took out this low, we took out that low, and then we took out this low. If we take out 732, that'll be 3 lows that we've taken out. So if the bulls want to regain control here, they're going to have to hold that retest of 716 S4. They're going to have to hold this low, because and honestly, this is what I think will probably happen. We'll probably will see that bounce, but if the bears are serious, it's just going to completely roll over. I feel like in this area, this is a good place to trap participants. You can trap the aggressive bears. You can get price to break below this a little bit, let the bears get aggressive, and then stop them out. And then the bulls, let them get aggressive, and then stop them out, and then go in the intended direction. So I do think that this is probably a good area that they'll probably use to trap as many participants as possible to collect as much liquidity as possible. So I definitely would mark out 716 on your chart on the Nasdaq. Same thing for the ES. The ES is more defined. We got a clear structure break. We've taken out lows. It looks like price kind of wants to hold 97, but it's looking like it's not going to. But this is the Asian session, so this could just be the ES being the ES. But if you get a break below 991, the same thing on the Nasdaq, we could see this thing roll over. But now we'll see what happens. We do have PPI tomorrow, but I don't think PPI has any significance after CPI. The market's going to react to it, of course, but I don't think nobody really cares about PPI once we already know what CPI, the numbers for CPI is. So, mm. You said that the market closes on a half day on Thursday? Mm. Let me see. I thought Juneteenth was a federal holiday and that the markets is going to be completely closed. Okay. Yeah, Alfred, you was completely right. Yeah, I think so too. PPI is definitely not. Mm, interesting. Mm, that's interesting. I could have sworn I saw that Juneteenth was the market was going to be completely closed on Juneteenth. Well, we have a half day on Juneteenth. My apologies. Mm. I mean, shit. Now I gotta make all that money back again. I gotta make all that money back. Mm. Mm. You know, it's interesting that. Well, I'm not gonna complain. I mean, I'm not a stock trader. I'm not gonna complain about that. But it's interesting that the futures markets would stay open, but the stock market itself, it's closed. And then you have to ask what's moving the market if all the stocks are if the market if the stock side of the market is being closed, then what's moving these future markets? Man. Mm. Hey, yo, what's up, Cave Trader? You say you're short ES right now? Where are you short? Yeah, it is like that for every holiday. That's why. There should be a separate, like the market should take a vote. And I'm pretty sure that it'll be a unanimous vote. That we don't care what fucking holiday it is. We don't care what day it is. Stop messing with our trading session. We don't care about none of that other shit. We don't care whose birthday it is. We don't want to celebrate anything outside of making money in these markets. We don't care about recognition of a day, person, place, or thing. We don't care about that shit. Leave these markets open so we can fucking trade. Yeah, I mean, even gold is kind of going. Well, I can't sit here and say that gold isn't going slow. Mm. I didn't even pull back or nothing. Oof. Mm. What happened in that one eval that you hit daily loss limit and what happened? What were you looking for and what were you trading? I mean, I would prefer to be in this thing long, or I would prefer to be in this thing short. If I'm going to catch a short, I want to catch the damn short. All right, so 409. Yeah, yeah, we could see. Yeah, we could see 409. Excuse me. Hmm. Well, I mean, hmm. Hmm. If I did that, I mean, that would have. I mean, I guess so, maybe. Hmm. Damn. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of hate that. Mm, yeah, shit. That's all we can do. That's all we can do in these markets, either win or lose. That's all we can do. Hmm. Okay. Well, now what I'm waiting for now to happen is for gold to kind of break structure to the downside, and I will sell the pullback. I just need so we do got this triangle wedge right here, man. I mean, we got prices kind of in the middle of this diamond too, so we got this triangle wedge. We saw price break out the top of it like I kind of figured it would. We saw that break. Now it's pulling back. If the bulls can hold this pullback, we can see a move back up. We can see a continuation move right here. However, if we see the breakdown, and I think this might be kind of tricky for the bears and the bulls, is that I mean we have this trend line like this, then we got it like that. So if the bears kind of break it up, I mean they would have to come back into this, and then we probably might see something like this. And we might get price to chop to the right for a while until we can kind of get out of this, out of the apex of this wedge, and then we can potentially break down or break up. But that might be challenging right there. And yeah, also congratulations, Santiago, for passing your take profit trader account. And fuck that. I don't want that. I guess just have to be patient. I gotta be patient to wait for, I guess, these moves like that or this move or something like that. I gotta be patient for it and watch out for it. Mm. It's too expensive. It's just too expensive. It's just too expensive. I'll stick with my $18 300K account. I'll stick with that. Well, it's $36 now, but it's too expensive. Yeah, yeah, I will say that. I don't want to trade over there at Top Step. I don't want to trade anything. Well, I don't think I can. I haven't tried, but they said that I'm not able to buy an expert account. I can only buy the starter accounts on my funded futures. But honestly, I don't care about that because I don't buy anything bigger than the starter account anyway. I just hate the fact that they took away the 150K starter account. I hate that though. Um, Tradeify, I mean, it's straight, but it's expensive too. Yeah, I guess I'll just do some soul searching this weekend. Well, actually, I don't even know Santiago. Uh, I usually only buy Apex accounts when they're doing the 90% deals. If they're not doing the 90%, I don't even trade with Apex. That's their best deal. 90% off. Sometimes they do run specials where maybe it's 80% off, but then they'll sell their 300Ks or 250Ks for like $18 or something like that. Like the first month, 90% off, and then I guess like the following months it's like 80 or something crazy like that. I don't know. But I only trade the 300K accounts on Apex. I like Apex in terms of the freedom. I like the fact that I have access to 35 mini contracts or 350 micro contracts. I enjoy that. I hate the fact that it's a trail and drawdown. I hate that shit. Even though I don't copy trade, you can trade up to 20 accounts, which if I were to buy 20 accounts and trade maybe one contract and copy it across all accounts, I probably would have a better time. Oh, you got an Apex funded? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that trail and drawdown is definitely it definitely creates a lot of bad habits, but for me, I think it's better not even to think about it. I don't even think about it when I'm trading. I just hate it when if I lose a position and then it's like, well, shit. Now I got to factor in that I had trailing drawdown. That okay, so I was up $1,000 and then it hit my stop, so I'm really down $2,000. So I have to make $2,000 to break even. You starting to trade your personal account now? I mean, I think that's better. Me personally, I would start a personal account with a payout. But for whatever reason, payouts have just been very elusive for me lately. I guess I don't want to be paid for my efforts. Keep doing foolish crap. I know exactly what trades I'm supposed to take, but I like to take trades out of my model. I like to take trades outside of my model. For whatever reason. Okay. So yeah, gold is going to probably be in a it's going to be in a weird place cuz like it's literally in the middle. It's literally in the middle of this chart geometry right here. So gold is going to be weird. The bulls aren't going to try to buy this, and the bears ain't going to try to sell it. And they're going to try to chop it to the right to kind of get because I mean, like I said, if the bears try to short this, I mean, they could they'll just run into this trend line, and then the bulls will bounce it right back up. Like I said, I think they're trying to get kind of further away and then try to drop it down further. You know what? I think I do. I think I do. I think you're absolutely right, Alfred. Now that I'm kind of recovering from the years of cortisol and adrenaline. That's one hell of a fucking drug. I find myself trying to recreate that. I find myself trying to recreate that with ES and gold, but it's not the same. And so as I'm doing things to try to recreate that cortisol and adrenaline dump, it's not the same. And I'm not allowing myself to go back to Nasdaq not until I achieve something, a personal goal. Trading the Nasdaq will be a reward, but if I want to go back to the Nasdaq, I need to achieve this goal. I always do analysis on the Nasdaq, but I won't allow myself to trade on the Nasdaq. But yeah, I like to try to recreate scenarios where I'm over leveraged and I'm on the wrong side and I'm hoping for a pullback. But with gold and ES is not the same because I kind of deep down I know that it's not going to go too far past a certain point. I know that if it goes past that point, then it's like, okay, well, if you don't get out, you already know what's going to happen. So it's not the same. But with Nasdaq, it's like, oh shit, what is? It's like, oh shit, is this thing going to go up 100 points against me? Is it going to go up 50 points? I don't know if it's going to. I don't know if it's going to reject at this high or if it's going to shoot above it and then come back. Just all that uncertainty, chaos. It's pure adrenaline and cortisol for sure. But on ES and gold, it's like, yeah, it's gonna reject there. Or if it goes past this point, then I know I'm wrong. It's not even fun. I'm not even gambling. I'm just trying to be wrong on purpose. uh, but you need $60 per micro. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Santiago, isn't that crazy, man? We know exactly what we need to do, and yet we don't do it. We talk about this shit every single day. We talk about it every day, and yet it's just that one impulse that just says, "Yeah, take that trade, bro. Take it." And then that's usually the trade that sets you back. Hmm. Take that trade, bro. Take it. Take that. Take that. Okay. Well, hmm. All right. So if I get this position filled before we run out of time for this session, I'm going to cancel this and just come back tomorrow. Mm. Mm. And look at and this is why the bears didn't want to sell this thing. They don't want to sell it on gold because of this trend line is in the way. And you can see that the bulls, they bounce perfectly at this trend line. Perfectly at this trend line. And this is why the bears don't want to sell it because that trend line is in the way. So the bears have a lot of work if they want to be successful here. The structure is bullish. So, I highly doubt that we'll get a break here. I think that the bears want price to go a little bit higher before they get aggressive here. So that just leaves the bulls to just buy this thing up. But uh, the price action has slowed down significantly. So mm, just seeing something like that. Mm, I mean, well, I mean, mm, mm. Of course, that's what they were using this whole time. Of course, of course, that's what they were using this whole time. I'm literally in like nowhere alone. Mm. All right, so so you're gonna have a fourth account, or you're gonna have your personal account as a fifth account. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people is going in that direction because I mean, with these firms, a lot of the effort that you're putting in and try to get a payout instead of just focusing on trading and taking a good trade. Um, I guess depending on how you view the market and what your objective is, these firms are they're like a video game to me. That's how I see these markets. It's will I get my target hit or will I won't? And that's the game. That's the game. Mm, mm. And if I'm right, I can get paid out. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave this like this. Mm, all right. Yeah. So yeah, that looks good. That looks good. That looks good. And that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. That looks good. And this is why I don't, I mean, shit. This is why I don't have that cortisol dump with ES and gold, because I mean it's going to reject at those areas. I mean, it's highly likely that it won't. Hmm. 50 to 50, fib to fib. Mm. Yeah, and kind of going off of what you said, Santiago and Cave Trader. Yeah, I do notice that the market likes to make 100% moves, like 50 to 50, 25 to 25. Uh, a good area where people usually take well, a good area where these algos take profits is once it completes a 100% move, it usually takes its profit and price usually reverses in that area. It's usually a 100% move. If you draw like a fib or something, it's a 100% move. Mm. And these algos literally does the same thing every day. And at this point, we just have to accept it and try and stop trying to be cute. We just have to accept it and stop being cute. Okay, so well, mm, the one thing is, initially I was in this long, and then I convinced myself to get out of it. My stop was all the way down here, I think at like 93 or some shit like that. And if this thing touches 910, if it gets to 910, my first target would have been hit, or it would be hit. It's funny how I can convince myself to get out of a good trade sometimes. And I can convince myself to stay in a bad one. Hmm. Yeah. 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 Mm. Man. It'll be nice if I can just well no. No, it wouldn't mean anything. It wouldn't mean nothing. Okay. Well, this thing is gonna probably get up here to 612. Man, I should have stuck with this. So the reason why I originally took 997 was because I remembered that it was an area previously that the market missed and it didn't get down here or something like that. Or did it? Uh, forgot. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, the market. Yeah, 997 was like a level. Yeah, it was like this level right here. Okay, I was like, I know I saw it somewhere. And then the market didn't like when it bounced before it actually got down to 997, and I was like, oh shit. So I remembered that level, and then I convinced myself that, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't take it. Blah blah blah. And this is 99750. Dang. Why do I do that? Like, why do I do that? Why? That is so stupid. Why did I do that? Yeah, so this is why I took this. And this is why I got in at 997, and then I looked at it. At the time, it was still super bearish. It looked like it was not going to bounce. And then I said to myself, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then I said, fine. And then I got out of it just to see the shit work. Perfect entry and this shit work. I get into gold. It's like, yeah, short this shit, bro. Go full power as the market is literally stair stepping higher. Just short it. I'm like I said, I'm convinced that my body is doing this on purpose so it can try to get high off adrenaline and cortisol. It just wants to get high. That's it. That's what it wants. And it creates scenarios to get that high. But unfortunately, we're going cold turkey. He's going to have to get the fuck over it because we're not doing that shit no more. We're not doing it anymore. So we're going to have to get over it. Yeah, sometimes we forget that we are at least three separate mechanisms. We are the mind, body, and soul. And each mechanism has its own goals, has its own wants, needs. And the body wants pleasure. The body wants pleasure. That's why we need our mind to override what the body needs so we can get what we want. That's why you have to be disciplined. But unfortunately, your brain is only so big, and it requires a lot of resources to efficiently operate. So in times of weakness, in times of stress, in times of high emotion, that's usually when the brain shuts off in the body. It tends to do the things that the mind prevented it from doing. All the stuff that the mind said it couldn't do. Like, oh, I can't eat that cake. You'll eat a whole cake by yourself. Oh, we're not going to McDonald's. You'll eat like 10 burgers at McDonald's because you're mentally exhausted and the body just has its way. Mm. You said, let's see it drop, but the only thing is past the previous day. You know, honestly, shit. I mean, with the ES, I mean, if you're looking at the ES, that thing looks like we're about to get like a deep retracement. Uh, it looks like we're about to get a deep retracement. We could see this thing still drop, but I mean, it bounced at a key level. It formed a head and shoulders pattern. This being a big head, this being a left shoulder, and this potentially being a right shoulder right here. So we could see a deep retracement right here. Target almost filled. Target almost filled. And on the Nasdaq, same thing. And this is the hourly. We have this bullish red candle that was followed up by a doji that was followed by a green candle that's trading well above this one. So I mean, if we take out 814, if this closes above 814, that's bullish confirmation right there. We're going to probably get a move probably up here to 850 potentially. But that's definitely a bullish candle. These 3 candles are bullish. So if you're short, I mean, I'm not going to say to tell you to get out of your short, but the charts are definitely saying that at least for right now, it's going to go a little bit higher before it goes lower. Because like I said before, in order to break those lows, they're going to trap aggressive bears underneath those lows and they're going to bounce. And then they're going to probably turn around and take those lows out of afterwards. I mean, that's kind of the cycle that all markets usually do. If you can find an example of it, like kind of like right here, like they took the bears got aggressive underneath that low right there, and look at what happened. Super reverse. Bears got our bulls got aggressive above that high, and then that shit, they crashed that shit right down. It's just something that the Nasdaq is super notorious for doing. She likes for participants to get aggressive above highs without I mean shit. With the Nasdaq, it's hard to wait for that confirmation because you don't know if she'll just if this is the time where she keeps going or if this is the time where you have to wait for that confirmation pullback. You got to wait for the bulls to hold and then get in. But on the ES and Nasdaq, you're not going to get that. You're just not. Or the ES and gold, you're just not going to get it. You can see that the ES will trade perfectly in a range. And once it breaks out, you can always wait to see if they'll hold the pullback. Because if they don't, well, you know that you can safely take a short and vice versa. Yeah, so we could potentially see price go, well, target filled. There you go. Target fills. I would have got my first target hit. It would have taken about, no, that's not it. It would have taken, so this thing hit my entry at 843. And it just hit my target at 10. So this would have taken 2 hours for this thing to hit my target. And we can still see that the bulls are still buying off of this trend line, the support trend line. So I'm gonna leave my position up here. I have a follow-up position up here, just in case I get stopped out of this one. And I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta see what actually I gotta actually look at my Apex accounts and see when these damn things actually renew, so I can be mindful about. Uh, hmm. All right, Santiago, man. I'll see you tomorrow. Mm. All right, so I got a lot of my evals renewing next week, which is pretty good. Cause yeah, all next week I'm going to be trading the Ninja Trader account next week. Hmm. And this is where I made that mistake on gold. This is where I made the mistake. This is where I made it. This is where I made that mistake on gold. I chased it going lower, thinking that, oh man, it's going to be a break. And she got me. She got me. And I lost $2,700 because of that shit. Huh? Okay. Well, hmm. Actually, maybe I might just take this one off. I don't think I don't even look at that. I don't look at this. I'll take that off. Because I don't look at that on gold. I don't even pay attention to that on gold at all. Oh yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. All right, so we're out of time for this session. We're out of time. I'm gonna go to club bed just like Santiago. All right, so mistakes were made tonight, but well, we'll try to learn from them for sure. Man, I hate seeing this, but this is why you trust in your plan. I think this is a good learning experience for myself. I was looking at 97. I was actually in this trade, and I convinced myself to get out of it. And even though it took 2 hours for it to play out to hit my first target, it played out. So yeah, that's definitely going to be something that moving forward that I have to just be more. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to set a policy. If I place a trade on this chart, I have to let it play out, because if I'm placing a trade, that means I plan for it. And if I plan for it, regardless of how I feel, I should just let it play out. Now, if I'm just randomly just putting entries on the chart without no plan, I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be trying to be cute, getting in, and trying to, because sometimes what I like to do is try to trade outside of my model and try to trade breaks of structure, kind of like what I did on gold tonight. It's the I feel that breaks of structure is probably like a 50-50 trade. It's a 50-50, because sometimes when we break structure, sometimes we do see the reaction, sometimes we don't. But uh the gamble is that, like, if I were to take in this breaker structure down right here, I would have got trapped long before this thing went back short. So I'm going to not take breaker structure trades anymore. Those are now not permitted. And over the weekend, what I will do is just identify all the trades that I take and do a lot of back testing, see what trades usually work out, see where the market usually goes when we do see a bounce. Because what I want ultimately is when we see moves like this, I hate seeing the bounces. I want to be a part of this move and I want to be a part of that move. I want to catch these knives, or I want to stop a rocket from going to the moon. Like I want these bounces and these rejections outside of my model and stuff like that. So that's what I want. And trades like this, I would have taken this trade, but again, we had a rejection at 98. And the crazy thing is that I would have still been in this. I think this thing would have kind of went back to my break even. I forgot where my break even. I think price would be now at my break even now, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot where I entered, but I think price is around my break even. I think I would have had 2 ticks of drawdown left, which is crazy. That if I just stayed in this thing, I would have got my break even. But I mean, it is what it is. So, but all right, guys, we'll definitely come back tomorrow morning and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.